the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Tehachapi makes it the Mountain League. There's league play tonight, right? Wow, what a fun, festive, raucous evening. Welcome back to the Kern High Network, everybody. This is live exclusive coverage of high school activities here in the Kern High School District. The epicenter of the county is Bakersfield, and tonight we're on the north side of Bakersfield. An old school compass game, west at north. I'm Vance Palm, joined as always by my longtime partner, Coach Rich Cornford. Great to have Rich here. This is full moon football. It's a beauty. You faithful listeners and viewers know I love the moon. Tonight's going to be one of those perfect autumn moons. Coach, Vikings coming in 1-4. North High School, probably the quintessential best 0-5 team. You get that tag when you're 0-5 and you got great players. A compass game, old schools. Your thoughts before the ball goes up in about 5 seconds?
Well, it should be a great matchup, and if I'm North High, I don't kick it to Javier Castro. Number 1 for the West High Vikings, ran 2 kickoffs back last week for touchdowns. So it should be a great matchup. I'm anxious to watch Kyle Dillon play. You've been bragging about him since last year, and I'm anxious to see him carry the ball for North High.
The ball's up, and it's taken at the 10-yard line. Joseph Reed, and he gets gobbled up and thrown down about the 32-yard line. So Alexander Nunez kick booted deep, and yes, you will get to see some Dylan Kyle. I was just talking to North High legend Tony Silver and at North High, and then down below Stephen Lynch covering for the Bakersfield, California, and I said, I don't know that I've ever had 3 North High games, broadcasted them, in a 1-year span, and we're only in week 6. So I'm excited to call my 3rd North High game. I have a little bit of familiarity now with these North High stars. Quarterback, Elias Gurola, a sophomore only, starts off with a nice pass. Good pitch and catch out there to Kali Vaughn.
Boy, and if you had bet that West High would throw the first play of the game, you'd probably earned some pretty good money. Didn't see that coming, but a good call by Coach Dunham there to get the Vikings first down on the very first play.
I was talking to Coach Dunham about a half an hour ago while they were running these plays. And, of course, I know you've done your homework. I've got some storylines that I will talk about with both coaches and both of these teams, but already it's 1st and 10 from the Viking 46-yard line. Gurola sends Vaughn in motion. This time they hand off and they run into that stout North High School line. The very first game of this year, we were out here calling the vaunted Frontier squad here at North on the eve of Hurricane Hillary. Hot, windy, blustery night. North High hung in there till about half, and then the depth and the skill set and the talent level of that Frontier team that had come so close last year was just kind of picking up where they left off. But I saw a lot of really good things in North High School. Had them last week at Ridgeview, and they had a frustrating game, no doubt. So it'll be interesting to see this trifecta of games here that we've covered on the Kern High Network. 2nd and 9. A toss out here to the near side. It's caught by Gonzalez. Gonzalez makes a nifty move, gets him inside North High territory. It'll be 3rd and probably about 4.
And when we talk about North High's record being 0-5, I think their competition has been really good. Their opponent's record is something like 20-6 or something like that. So they've been playing some really good ball clubs. They've played San Luis Obispo tough. They've played Tascadero tough. They'll be in the running here for the South Yosemite Mountain League title, which, from what I understand, talking to both coaches, might run through Tehachapi this year. So we got 3rd and 4 here for the Vikings in their flex bone set. They spend a lot of time at the academies in the spring, watching what the Naval Academy and Army do, Air Force.
They pitch it. What great pursuit out there. Mitchell Stillion, and he has made some big plays already this year. And with that uniform on, and last week they looked even more like Iowa State. That big number 45 looked like one of those great Buckeye linebackers. What a great tackle that was.
Yeah, Michael Stillion's a 3-year starter. Plays sideline to sideline. We saw an example of that right there early on. Had a flag there before that ball was snapped, though, which gives the Vikings a first down.
How about that?
So the Vikings 1st and 10 at the North High 43, taking advantage of pretty good starting position. And again, mixing things up, already throwing the ball twice. Throwing has not been their forte, but they are without their top player who's playing fullback this year, Jack Parks. He went down with a knee injury a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I want to talk about that ultimately, Coach. Here's a handoff. A nice run. Good job. 4 yards. Head coach for the North High Stars is Richie Bolin, North High guy.
And not just a guy, he was a stud. Coached against him, and then I got a chance to coach him in a couple All-Star games. Great guy, and dominates both sides. Played at New Mexico after high school, and very successful over there. Again, great. These two coaches are two of my favorite coaches in town because they get it.
They're great human beings.
Yes. And they really invest a ton into these kids.
2nd and 7. The sophomore, jersey number 3, Elias Gurola, called into action. Young. On the ground they stay, and nothing doing there. That is Guy Vasquez, and he gets hit hard by Lopez. That's Luke Lopez. Saw Coach Dunham before pregame, and I asked a rhetorical question. I knew the answer, but said, "Hey, how's your golf game?" He laughed. Said, "Completely non-existent, Vance." I knew, but I thought I'd at least ask.
He won the Bakersfield Amateur a time or two, hadn't he?
Yeah, but once July 15th, 16th hits, I never see him again.
Yeah.
And I'll see him pretty much right on cue, right around Christmas time.
And again, like Bolin, a North High grad. Derek is a West High grad. Played under Kevin Sneed over there. Back in the 80s.
Coach Cornford, no stranger to the green and gold. Green and yellow. Shouldn't say gold. So a timeout's been called. Coach Dunham wants to talk it over. Oh, they say North called the timeout. Okay, so I guess it's a chance to kind of catch our breath. I'm Vance Palm. Got Rich Cornford to my right, our director-producer, Jay Dubb, Julian Wilson here. We're at North High School, full moon football here. The final weekend of North High School football, holding on to West tonight. And then we go into October football. This is the first league game in the South Yosemite Mountain League. As we mentioned, the visiting Vikings 1-4. And North High, and Coach Bolin, he probably can't believe it either, and I know those fellow coaches in the league kind of all agree with what Coach Dunham said. Best 0-5 team around. And you get that tag put on, and nobody wants that tag. No. But at the same time, it resonates because the underlying truth is they're better than their record.
And they've done a good job keeping the kids focused. And you know, it's tough to go back to school after you lost your third one, your fourth one, your fifth one. So they're hungry for a win tonight, and again, we're going to get a great effort from both sides.
Boy, that's a great commentary, Coach. 3rd and 7. Gurola to his right, throws, has a man, and it's caught for a first down. Oh, what a great pass on the run, and he connects with Jacob Miller. Jacob's a senior, called his name last year. Boy, what a great pass on the run.
Yeah, a really good call, really well executed. They had an unbalanced, heavy line to the left. faked it that way, booted to his right, found the receiver crossing, and boy, this West High passing attack, 3 for 3 right now for about 40 yards. I don't think North saw the passing attack coming. Same formation now. You see 4 linemen to the left of the center, all on the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers off the line to the right.
They're on the right hash. Garola gets thrown out at the 20. Nothing doing there. But one thing that Coach Dunham was really proud about, I said, talk to me about your positives. So, well, first of all, they're wonderful student athletes, just the greatest guys, the kindest guys. He goes, honestly, Vance, a little too kind for me once we get on the grass, but they're a great group of young men. They are young. He goes, but I'll tell you what, they're doing it the right way. We hardly have any calls all season about honest for dumb, stupid things they shouldn't get called for. We don't have that happening. So I said, so for an opportunity for growth and opportunities, some challenges ahead would probably just be your youth. He goes, that's about it. Good kids.
We talked about good student athletes. Garola, the quarterback, sophomore, but he's got a 3.8 GPA. So it's a good sign that he's got his head on straight. Never fails, does it?
Sorry, Coach.
Put the curse on him.
Sorry, Coach. When we talked about Garola, the sophomore, I said, is he a multi-sport athlete? He goes, no, he might be in track, but we don't know yet. But right now he's focused on football. I said, well, that's good for a sophomore quarterback to be focused.
Yeah, though I would recommend track. If you're an option quarterback, get out there. Faster you can get, the better it is. Love that track speed.
Move it back 5 yards. It's been all West High so far as offense. They've also made a nice decision here to really work on ball control. Keep that North High offense off the field, on their home field.
West spreading it out a little more than they normally do here.
Orthodox look, quick toss out to the right side. It's caught out there by Castro. Castro looking for a good block, makes a nice move actually.
Well, I think we saw a little bit last week with Ridgeview kind of out-athleting North at the skill positions. And I think West took that to heart, and trying to get the ball out in space to some of their guys, hoping that they can make one guy miss and pick up some yards.
Went out of bounds, clock stopped.
It was a big play for the Vikings going from 3rd and 15 to 2nd and 4.
Sure was. Rolla, inside trap look. Nice tackle, brings it to a 3rd and long 2. Sorry, it's a 4th down, 4th and 2. North High comes in with Michael Hannigan, the big fella.
You can always tell when I forget my glasses, can't you, Vance? I can't read the down markers.
I got you, brother. I
Thanks.
got you. 4th and 1. Big play. PA announcer getting the crowd involved. From the shotgun. Garola. Whistles blow. Timeout taken by West High School. This is the Curran High Network. Great to have you with us tonight. I'm Vance. That's Rich. To my left is Julian. Tomorrow night. Nice game. Stockdale at Centennial. That's a nice one. Stockdale at Centennial.
That rivalry goes way back into the 90s when those two teams used to battle it out there.
The 90s. I just think that's funny.
Centennial had opened up.
Right.
Well, Stockdale had opened first, and then Centennial opened up, and who was going to be the new big boy on the block?
It'll be Robert Chavez and Kenny Coblin, the two voices of Bakersfield College football. Kevin Willey will handle the technical aspect of the game, but it'll be a nice one. You're so right. Stockdale at Centennial.
Yeah, Deron Mackey's done a good job with that Stockdale club. They're 3-2, and I believe Centennial's 4-1, if I'm not mistaken.
They're going to try to jam it through, and how about this? Coach Dunham said, timeout. Come over here. Hey, you. Punch it through that line, will you?
Funny, I had breakfast with Dunham yesterday for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and we were talking about football, as you could probably imagine. We talked about the quarterback sneak and the bush push, and there he puts it into action in a big situation.
Well, you know, a lot of the commentary now is that it's an actual legit play in the NFL. It was approved, I think 4 years ago or something like that, to where it's an absolute part of the offense now. I heard some of the commentary this week about it on Dan Patrick's show, and it is what it is.
The Eagles sure use it extremely well.
And that's what brought it to, you know, everybody's attention. Boy, look at this front line for the North High School. Nothing doing again, and this time it's Landon Whitby. I mean, I could name out any of them.
Well, North High's on that line. They got quite a few two-way guys, so we'll be talking about them both ways over there. And Bowen was a two-way guy when he was in high school. Takes a special guy when you're that big to go both ways.
So the Vikings have been on the field now for 8 minutes. And the sophomore quarterback really showing some poise here and has a good rhythm. Wants to keep it, has a man open, throws it out, and it is a touchdown!
Same play we saw them convert that 3rd and 6 with earlier. Oh, boy. And
Garola's down, took a hit at the end of the play, let it go at the very last second, and it was hauled in by Jacob Miller. Same play, coach. This time, a big-time score. The big news is Garola going to be okay because 8 minutes and 8 seconds, he helped work off the clock. And
yeah, 5 for 5 on that drive. They can't afford to lose him, that's for sure.
80-yard drive, puts him in the end zone. High snap. Kick is up and is good. And that is Fabian Apodaca. 7-0. Well, if you're Coach Dunham and your staff, you can't be more pleased. We achieved a lot of goals in 8 minutes.
Yeah, their run game struggled, but kept North High honest. Their pass game was as good as we've seen West High throw the ball in the last few years, since the Corey Davison era, 2005.
Wow.
Ryan Ibarra, 2004 and 2003.
For the younger audience, or for the audience that hasn't been as dialed into the local high school football scene, Coach Cornford coached at West High School as the head coach, also the head coach at Ridgeview, also the head coach at Frontier, and the head coach at Del Oro. When he was at West High School, he had quite the team with Ryan Matthews and Ron Mackey, two of many, many, many players. I know
that team was loaded.
I called these games with Brian Adams, and that back then it was Bright House Networks, and talk about memories. Here's an 8-iron. It's going to fall in a interesting little spot. Might have to get fallen on. Oh, look out! Woo. North High almost went another 8 minutes without the ball. Can you imagine spending 8 minutes on the field and then not getting the kickoff?
Yeah, that would have been a big one. You know, when Coach Dunham and I were talking before the game, the last time he and I were on this field together was 2005. And we did a pooch kick and caught it right in that spot, but we recovered it. And I wonder if that inspired him to go for it right then.
I'm sure it did. And that was about an 8-iron. It was not a wedge. It wasn't a 5-iron. It just kind of fell in that little gap right there and almost recovered. So here come the North High Stars. They start off on the ground. They give it to Dylan Kyle. And Wyatt Hayner is the quarterback. Jersey number 15 does a nice job for the North High Stars as well.
Yeah, Wyatt's just a junior. You'll see him handing the ball off to Dylan quite a bit. When you got a returning all-area running back, man, high school running backs are worth their weight in gold when they're as good as Dylan Kyle is.
Second and 5. Well, and it's always tough when you have an athlete, student athlete, with 2 first names.
Yeah.
Or 2 last names. It could be either one, but it's Dylan Kyle. Last couple weeks I've done it backwards myself about 9 times. Jersey number 1, first name Dylan, last name Kyle. And as Coach mentions, he'll see the rock a ton tonight. 3rd and 5 already, though. Hayner tosses out here, and it's overthrown. Carson Bennett is who it was intended for. And just like that, Coach, 3 and out. And North's got to jog off the field.
Well, yeah, throwing the ball out there to the fact Carson Bennett, who is the Swiss Army knife of North High. He was the quarterback here the last couple of years. Now they use him in a variety of spots. And now, punting the ball here.
Well, Hayner is the quarterback, so they could do some stuff. One hops it. He's in trouble, big trouble. And he tries to punt it. He can't punt it. And that's going to be a fumble. I don't think he got his foot on the ball.
Boy, this is the worst possible start for North High.
A bad snap. It was scooped up, bobbled, and then he had to. Oh, no. A horse collar tackle. When Hayner went to punt out of desperation, a Viking got him in the back, pulled his jersey back. What a fortunate break. Oh, man.
So I believe that'll be enough for a first down.
Well, they're going to talk it out here, Coach.
I was anxious to watch Hayner punt there. He's averaging 50 yards per punt on the season. Wow. All right. Big break for the Stars there.
What's a lot of yards they put on there? 5,
They must
10,
have got
15.
from the line of scrimmage instead of the spot of the foul.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's exactly what happened. So a huge break in what would have been a catastrophic. And now we're going to see our first player called off. That's Steven Martinez. Didn't have his knees covered. Boy, we saw a lot of that last week. I mean, a lot.
There's nothing that drives a coach crazier.
And now here comes Cody Smith on. Is it Smith? No. Is it? Yes. No.
Maybe.
And they better get going here on the play. North High not looking as sharp as they want to look here in this first quarter. And a flag on this play. So what might be an 8-yard gain for number 8 looks like it might come back as well.
So that's Carson Bennett taking the direct snap. Like we said, he's the Swiss Army knife. Inserted him back in there at quarterback where he's spent a few years, but coming back.
And that is tough.
Sometimes the whole key to football is just doing the simple things better. Both of these teams have struggled a little bit, and we've seen them both with some penalties in critical situations. And here we go with West again.
So flags everywhere. I was traveling a few weeks ago. Did a big northwestern trip. My last stop was in San Francisco. I went to a really super nice Italian restaurant. And we were talking to the owner, and we were talking about food and prep and chef. He goes, "You want to know the key to being a fantastic chef? Doing the exact same simple things for years and years and years and years and years. And once you get that right, you can be creative." Talk about being creative. Dylan Kyle. Watch this down here. Kyle to the end zone. Touchdown, North.
Well, there you go. Doesn't get much simpler than hand it to number 1 and watch him run.
Do the simple things right, baby. Touchdown. Wow.
Just an explosive back. And I assumed always that he was bigger than he actually is because he can run with some serious power. That was great job of hitting the hole at 100 miles an hour and not slowing down the entire time. Big play for North High to get him back in this.
Get the crowd back in. They got the fortunate call against West, and then they had a big holding call. But Dylan Kyle scores a huge touchdown, and the extra point is good. So with 2:17, this raucous crowd is back into it. To your point and to my follow-up, do the simple things right. Start there, get your foundation, and then we can get a little creative. That was a perfect example of doing the right thing.
Yep, feed the horse. So just some stats on Dylan. Last year he ran for nearly 1,500 yards. Like I said, he was all area. This year he's run for 540 before that carry with a 7.7 yard average. So, you don't see that often on an 0-5 football team. And I think we'll be seeing him get the ball with a heavy dose here for the rest of the night. All right, I mentioned it last time. If I am North High, I drill it into my kicker's head that we are not kicking to Javier Castro, number 1.
It's a low burner, and it just happens to bounce so fortuitously right into his hands. And Coach Cornford, to the 50-yard line. Javier Castro.
That was close. They do a great job, West High, there of wedging it up and crossing, and then you saw that hole open like Moses through the Red Sea, and he hit it, and they were very fortunate to get him.
My partner, Nostradamus, called that one. Well, you said it on the first kickoff. This one, you couldn't have asked for a better bounce right in his hands. It took one of those football bounces and just dropped right in his hands and gave him an opportunity to have some vision.
I think I'd give that North High kicker the 8-iron.
Well, he tried to go with a low 4. And now we have a timeout by the North High School coaching staff, and they're getting a little frustrated because they're having some substitution issues, and they're not getting the people they want on the field at the time they want them on. And looks like Coach Boland's looking back pretty much every other 2 or 3 plays saying, you get in there, you get out. So it's a little frustrating here, but they're tied at 7. Great to have you with us. We're in the first quarter. Started off with a bang so far. West High School went 80 yards, took their time, 8 minutes. And a really, really nice touchdown pass to Jacob Miller. And then North High gets it back. 3rd and 3 and out. They went to punt. And on the punt, they had to do a one-hopper. He scoops it up, Hayner does, the quarterback, runs to his left, tries to get a punt off. In the process, gets horse-collared, slammed to the ground. They get the 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. And a couple plays later, and then the first play, they get a holding call. And then the second call, Dylan Kyle goes the distance. We're tied at 7. High snap. Oh, gosh. Coach, what's going on here?
Well, they're fortunate that the flag got tossed before that ball was snapped. But, yeah, West High doesn't want to get behind. And I'm just double-checking the quarterback here because last time we saw Garola, he threw a touchdown pass, but he also got hit. But he is in the game.
Second drive for the Vikings. 2:08 left in this first quarter. Tied at 7. Garola stands on his 40. Movement again. This time it's going to be Vaughn.
Boy, the first 6 minutes or so was pretty clean, but these last couple minutes have been a flag fest.
Tomorrow night, Stockdale at Centennial. Mr. Chavez, Mr. Calvin, and Mr. Willie will be bringing you that one. 1st and 20. Corolla rolls to his right, finds his man. Nice 8-yard pass out there to Vaughn. Khali Vaughn, K-A-H-L-I, Khali.
That's a positive play there for the Vikings when you're at 1st and 20 and then 2nd and 12. That's moving in the right direction.
Interesting play call here.
Yeah, they haven't done much on the ground. Northside's stuffed them, holding them to less than 2 yards a carry. But they've done the damage through the air where they're perfect so far, 6 for 6.
2nd and 12. Some options for Garola's. Got some backs back there with him. Fumble, ball's on the ground. He picks it up himself. And it's going to go out at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a flag. I don't know. No flag. Hammered him right at the sideline. So a bobbled snap, and it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Now, again, West High, the key to their passing success is the fact that you have to honor their run game so well. This is not a situation they want to be in. They're 6 for 6, but everything's play action that they've done. You can't really go play action on 3rd and 11 or 12 like it is here. So I'm anxious to see what Coach Dunham dials up because they've struggled with base pass protection on pure passing downs in the past.
Very methodical, plodding pace. And you can see where Garola is banged up. He's jogging on gingerly.
I wouldn't be surprised if we just see the fullback dive here and then,
looks like North bringing a lot. And they do. Garola rushed out of the pocket. Incomplete. And the North High School defense, boy, they brought the kitchen sink at him, and it worked.
Yeah, and you see just what West High's not real comfortable in that shotgun spread look. Good call by North High to put that pressure on him and force a bad throw. First incomplete pass of the day for the Vikings.
Well, look who goes back to receive punts. You would imagine Dylan Kyle, and he's joined also by Steven Martinez, and Martinez is no slouch himself. You talk about a fast player. Martinez saw a lot of attention last week against Ridgeville. They fake it. Can he get it? It's going to be close. Oh, and I think by the time they got him down, because he didn't touch the ground. Oh, they're going to say no, he didn't get it. First down.
Missed it by half a yard.
I'll tell you what, I thought he had fallen on a North player and finally spun over to a first down, but they said no dice. Great job, North High School. That was close. Great call.
Yeah, I think caught everybody by surprise on that down and distance that you do that. Now let's see what North can do with the sudden change here. Great field position.
1st and 10 for the Stars. Double handoff inside, looks nice, and Bennett's looking to go somewhere. Bennett turns upfield, no flags. Oh, there is. Is that a flag right here?
Oh, I think you're right. Boy, that was set up really pretty. Right after everybody thinks Dylan Kyle is going to get the ball again, a beautiful double handoff there, and counterplay.
Right in front of us, and I believe it's the line judge that made the call through the flag. And what a great play by Carson Bennett. The band and the cheerleaders don't know yet, but
wow.
And I saw the play. And that's why at first I didn't say anything, and so I kept calling the run, and then saw that yellow flag down there.
Boy, and that's one of those plays you got in your pocket. You want to call it at the perfect time. You call it. It works great. And there's a hanky down. And I'm anxious to see if we'll see that play again, because they are going to run Dylan Kyle a lot. And so that sets up that counter very well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see it again later.
Richie Bolin and his crew will start the second quarter. Well, they haven't blown the whistles yet. The officials haven't seen it. The quarter is over.
The play can't end on the penalty.
That a holding. They go right back to it, Coach. So that answers your question. And Bennett gets a long first down right up to the 43-yard line. I'd forgotten all about the penalty.
That's funny, because I did say I thought that they'd run it again, but I didn't expect it the very next play. They ran the clock, but they'll get rid of that.
So that'll do it for the first quarter. We're tied at 7. Hope you're enjoying it. Got a nice football game here. Full moon football last Thursday night of September. We'll be back right after this with the second quarter on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
All right, 12 minutes back up on the clock. Yours truly remembering there was a penalty. Thus, they had one more play. We're starting the second quarter, tied at 7. West High School visiting North. Look out, they give it to the dangerous Dylan Kyle. And I don't see any yellow.
I think they could have. The guy in motion was coming slightly forward there, and the refs let that one slide. So a break for North High. But again, a little eye candy there by the North High Stars, but then giving it to Dylan Kyle to do what he does. And let's talk about that line up front, because they're giving him a nice hole, and he's hitting it, like I said, 100 miles an hour.
Coach Silver, the legend, goes over and pats him on the helmet. Nice job, young man. Point after is good. So, first play of the second quarter, a long 40-something yard touchdown run by Dylan Kyle. And just like that, it's 14-7.
Boy, and when you think about the way this game started, the first 8 minutes or so with that West High drive, and then it appeared that they, tackled the punter for a huge loss, and that horse collar penalty really flipped the script on him.
You're so right, Coach.
Now we see the Stars with a 7-point lead.
Speaking of North High School, thank you for hosting us tonight. Special thank you to Stan Green, the Director of School Support Services, and our boss for these great events. The Kern High School District Superintendents, of course, we thank all of them, and our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union for allowing us to put on great events like this for our community. The North High administration, the principal, Jody Schupert, AP of Instructions, Abby Votaw, the AP of Administration, Janelle Bresson, the Dean is Kim Campbell, the Athletics Director is our good friend Jared Prosser, and the Activities Director Allison Toy. Always a fun, festive night at North. Love coming here. Love coming to North High School.
Amen to that. Their facilities are phenomenal here.
Oh, the ball's down the ground, but they go down to get it. And nice job by Carlos Valdez, because it ends up giving them really nice field position. So we've seen a lot tonight. Seen a lot of interesting stuff.
And I think that last kick was the Javier Castro effect, that they wanted to make sure he didn't touch that ball.
Okay, let's see what the Vikings can muster up here. And one thing we're seeing is Garola is hobbling on the field, and I don't know how deep they are at this spot, Coach.
Yeah, I'm guessing not very deep. And again, they've survived this far with his arm, but you need that option quarterback's legs if people are going to respect the triple option.
Guy Vasquez on the carry.
North has been very stout against the West High triple option so far. We've seen the fullback get it and the quarterback. Haven't seen it get out to the pitch yet, and I think the Vikings are going to need to display some of that in order to make North defend the whole width of the field. We've seen West throw the ball out there with quick hitches. Boy, Garola is toughing it out there.
First league game for both. Got a clean slate, the South Yosemite Mountain League. Garola tosses. Oh, he's got a man wide open right in the middle of the field, Khalil Vaughn.
Khalil Vaughn, maybe one of the, has a perfect high school GPA. Great job catching that delayed screen pass right there. You send everybody deep, all those linebackers drop, and that back just circle underneath there. Easy completion. Nice play call.
And you can see Garola is not making any attempt to run around. He just kind of dropped back and just has to time everything perfectly so he doesn't take a big hit. First down, Vikings. Yeah, a couple of flags went up there, the white hat and the opposite line judge. So some flags flew quickly on that one. And that'll an illegal shift against the Vikings.
Can't have two guys moving at the snap of the ball. So typically what we've seen when we watch West High is that grinded out 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. And what we're seeing right now is big chunks from the passing game, but really no productivity yet from the running game.
And Coach, how do you what's the solution there? What do you got to come stretch it out, some kind of a pitch, some kind of an option? Well, you're going to have a tough time with option with Garola right now.
Right, yeah, because right now they are handcuffed because their quarterback is not a threat to run the ball.
Quick toss out here to the near side to Castro. Drops, hits the ground.
Yeah, that's the way we've seen them get the ball horizontally, is those quick passes. That one dropped there. But, they call it the triple option for a reason, but right now it's really a double option.
Right. That's a great point, Coach. When 33% of your option is out.
Yeah, and you practice all week with certain plan and scheme, and a big chunk of that is taken out because of the quarterback's leg. Now, again, he's done a great job with his arm tonight, been very accurate. Line has done a pretty good job protecting him. 2nd
and 15, under 10 to go here. And a nice job and patience. Oh, goodness, he breaks free. Are you kidding me? Vaughn, he steps out of bounds. He was shoved out of bounds after the first down, or was it just in front of that marker? Oh, wow. Khalil Vaughn, tell you what, I thought he was stuffed. I thought he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he just broke out, and he was stopped just in front of the first down marker. So it's going to be 3rd and 1, a big 3rd and 1 for the Vikings offense. Get this and stay on the field a little longer and grind this clock down and keep this thing close, or come up with another tough decision. You don't really know if you're in 2-down territory here, Coach.
Well, watch for another quarterback sneak. There he goes. Like I said, we talked about it over breakfast. He was talking about it. It must have been because they practiced it all week. It's a really simple thing.
Yeah, the one thing I was going to say, and I almost didn't even want to say it, is because in a quarterback sneak like this, you've got so many bodies around you. You've got so many feet and ankles and knees and bodies around his already sore. I think it's his right side. We'll see. Yeah, he's coming up. He's coming up awfully gingerly. Now he might. Well, the coaches came on the field. What will the option be here?
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what they've got. I don't think they've got any. Jack Parks was the quarterback last year. They moved him to fullback this year. But like we said, he got hurt a couple weeks ago with his knee, so he's not an option. So not sure who their next guy up is.
Well, he's only going over there to get worked on and put some ice on it, so I don't know that Garola will be out that long. He came out for this first down play. It might be something along the Wildcat feel. Guy Vasquez will get behind center. We already know him as a running back. He's had a couple of nice carries. What will the tempo be here? Vasquez is going to get swallowed up quickly, so North High jumps all over that.
Yeah, they did.
They realize we have one opportunity here, and goodness.
In 2006, we were an option football team and lost our quarterback the second snap of the second game of the season. We decided what we're going to do is just snap the ball right to Ryan Matthews from that point on, and that ended up working out in our favor.
Brian Adams and I called a game at Memorial Stadium. Coach Cornford and his Vikings. I thought it was Centennial that you played.
Ridgeview.
Ridgeview. It was West High playing Ridgeview at Memorial Stadium. And to our audience out there, when I tell you that he snapped the ball to Ryan Matthews 99% of the plays. Do you ever have a count on that? I mean, it was.
Well, we gave it to him till he got really tired, and then we gave it to somebody else.
You're right, and then we let him rest. You let him rest, and then it was unbelievable. And then right before halftime, Brian and I were talking, and Brian said the only thing he hasn't done is pass it. And shoot, Ryan Matthews throws a touchdown pass to end the first half. So we'll never forget those kind of salient memories. Right now, smart move by the Vikings right now. Call a timeout.
Yeah,
Catch your breath. A huge play. They gracefully called it in the grasp, or its forward motion was stopped at, a 2-yard loss, maybe a 3-yard loss. So it's going to be 2nd and 12, even though he was driven back. And that was Guy Vasquez, who comes in as maybe the third option at QB, and before he could even get 2 feet away from the center, they were all over it. They knew he wasn't going to throw it, so they got him.
Yeah, just turned it loose. I'm going to go back one last time to that game. Ryan ran for 365 yards in that game in 2.5 quarters. That was not a bad night.
His thighs were like the size of Mack trucks. Okay, Garola is back in. Good sign for the Vikings. He's got Vaughn over to his left. He's got Castro way out to his right. 2nd and 12. Can they protect for him? He launches one up, throws it high in the sky, and that will be a flag.
Yeah.
It will be a flag.
Now, with the defense that North High is playing out there, I think that is a viable play for West High in the future, too. And I would look to the number 2 receiver there because he's matched up more on a linebacker-type guy. But good throw out there. And, again, North High does have some trouble in the secondary. The Ridgeview exposed them there a little bit, and West High is off to a pretty good start throwing the ball as well.
And, Coach Cornford, one thing about that is Garola did not have a lot of time. He had to just hurl that thing awfully quickly, throw it up as high as he could to give his receiver some time to get under it, because he didn't have the luxury of hanging out back there for 4 or 5 seconds. He had to throw.
And for young quarterbacks, when you got a one-on-one, you should throw that ball up high because it gives your receiver a really good chance to adjust the ball while the defender's got his back to it. Learned that from Jim Zorn way back in the day at one of my first football clinics when I was a youngster.
Little did you know, probably my all-time favorite quarterback of all time. I was a big Seahawks honk when they came out.
Ooh.
Ball's on the ground, and it just rolls into the North High School Stars. Steven Martinez happened to be there, and the ball just rolls right over to him while he was sitting on the grass. How's that for a present? He was sitting down because he'd been hit, and the ball rolls to him. He goes, hey, I got it. Oh, after all of that for the Vikings, a fumble, turnover, and now North has it.
And the Vikings are going to have to figure out how to stop Dylan Kyle. Last 2 times he's touched it, he's gone the distance here. And, coming in, that they were going to focus all eyes on him. But I think those counter plays were a great call by Coach Bolin to get some eyes off of Dylan for a little bit.
Can he get outside? Makes a cut. Looks comfortable out there. And brought down by Aaron Williams. And by the way, Aaron Williams sure passes the eye test for the Vikings. Jersey number 52. He's 6 foot, 185-pound junior, right here in front of us on the right side.
For leading that play, Elijah Valdivinos, 5'10", 190 guard, middle linebacker. He's a monster on deep, but, man, he does a great job pulling and leading those plays.
Boy, Kenny Calvin was all over him last week at Ridgeview. Valdivinos played a key role. Has a man, going to have to get rid of it. He says, no, I'll keep it myself. So he's finding some room out there also, and he gets shoved out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. So now you've got Carson Bennett feeling awfully comfortable over there.
And Richie, again, had described him as his Swiss Army knife. You know, he can do everything. He can play quarterback, running back, receiver. We've saw him run the counter play. Here, he's the second leading rusher coming in with 288 yards, and very valuable player to have on your team. Can fill so many roles.
He jogs off for a minute. Coaching staff talking to him. 1st and 10. They're at their own 38-yard line here at North High School. Hayner. Hands off to Kyle. Nice job up there up front by the Vikings. And that's a good hit by Jesse Bejarano.
Brings up a 2nd and 8 for the North Stars. You know, I like North High's use of really wide splits by their wide receiver because it forces the West High defender to come way out here. And right now you got a numbers advantage down below here if they choose to go with it.
Kyle in motion. They fake it to him. And it's caught out there. Can he put the Jets on? Oh, he takes a big hit. He's popped at the end of it, but a nice play by Michael Lincioni. So Lincioni hit by Zaire Young after the end of that 3-yard run. So Young, big kid. Ooh, 6'2", 250. Jersey number 70, and he popped Lincioni, but didn't matter. He pops right up.
Really good pursuit there by the Vikings to prevent that from being a first down.
Now, one thing we saw last week with the North High School Stars, and Wyatt Hayner did it perfectly, hard counts. They don't even try this time. Quick toss out here to the side. How about this? They're not going to get it. On a 3rd and 1, they threw it out to Bennett, and the Vikings, not only did they read it, they made this. Oh, I thought that's a pretty favorable spot as well. So now it backs up to 4th and 3, and North High is going to go for it. So now they have Kyle, and he just burst through the middle. How about that for a 4th and 2 play? Oh, what a move. Touchdown, North High School.
The Vikings made a mistake of thinking that was a punt formation. Had Castro back deep there. Great job by Richie Bolin and the North High coaching staff to run that ball there, get it to their best player. That's, looks similar to what we were talking about with Ryan Matthews there. You don't have to make things complicated when you got a stud.
What's crazy about that, they had these 2 big, huge guys in front of him to open up the – he left them. He didn't even wait for his wedge breaker. He just took off. That was crazy. He's like, I know you got 2 big guys to help me, but I got it. See ya. High snap. They get it down, and they get it through. 21-7. Wow, what a performance tonight by Dylan Kyle. At the very end, he put a nasty move on that to put some emphasis on the big touchdown run. 4th and 2, and not a thought. And again, if you saw that, they come in with that heavy package with his 2 heavy-duty North High School stars in front of him in the backfield, as if to say, hey, get behind us, we'll clear a path. He left them. So see you, boys.
One of his big strengths is how hard he hits the hole. And again, that's a good job by the lineman up front to give him that initial hole. But so many backs will dance and be a little tepid. He gets the feet in the ground, and he goes.
So West High has been in this, and they still are, but they've been in a big way, only to feel it kind of slip away each time. And with 5:02 left here in the first half, they're going to have to really be focused on ball control and picking up some first downs and trying to make some noise here at the end of this first half, because North High up 14 now. And as Coach Cornford talked about, they don't want to come back to campus tomorrow 0-6.
Yeah, that's one of the big things about Thursday night games is you're returning to campus the very next day.
And they let it go through. It better get picked up soon. And it is at the 23-yard line. And that's Castro, and he's thrown to the grass by Caleb Bellflower.
He's slow getting up. By squibbing it on the ground, you throw the timing off of those kickoff returns and shoot. Castro's having a rough time getting off the field.
Castro, the extremely fast senior, and looks like it's his right side as well. So, boy, if your coach, Derek Dunham, it just seems to mount. And he's not even putting that right foot on the grass. So now Jaden Carter, the sophomore, 5'10", 145-pounder. He's got jersey number 13. He comes in. And he is split way to the right side. Edwin Gonzalez split to the left side. Elias Garola, the quarterback, has been banged up all night. Behind center. Toss it backwards.
Oh, and he's leaving it on the ground.
Absolutely backwards. And the big fella has to fall down on it, and that's Sean Sumlin. So big Sean Sumlin, the freshman, runs back there. Could tell that it was a backwards pass right from the get-go, and Sean Sumlin, of all people, the huge freshman lineman, falls on it. Ouch.
Well, that was a very heads-up play, but you mentioned the name Sumlin at West High. You got Anglis Sumlin, Bryson Sumlin, Gary Sumlin, over there. All of them all-area football players. Bryson was the area offensive MVP on the West High team that went 4-6. Ended up playing at Fresno State and had a short piece of pie with the Chargers. And then Gary was a lineman for me who played D1 football in Illinois.
And how about this? Just when you think you've seen it all, the Vikings strike.
Well, that's where I had mentioned earlier where they're vulnerable. The number 2 receiver has got the better matchup out there, and it's the easier throw. So I don't think these headphones are attached to Coach Dunham's, but good call there by the Vikings to see that as well.
Isaac Ramirez catches a beautiful pass. And it's first down just like that.
So 3:30 to go here. West High still pretty deliberate with their play calling. They're not going to be a real hurry-up team. So I'm anxious to see what changes as far as with the clock running down here for them.
Packed in tight except for one receiver way out to the left. A shovel pass. Nice looking play right there. Ball's on the ground, fumble! North High School picks up the fumble, and it's going to be Danny Wilson. Danny Wilson grabs it. Number 42, senior. And nice play, good look, smart play, but the ball gets coughed up.
So we've seen West High go out to the pitch twice, and twice the balls ended up on the ground. First time someone recovered it, very fortunate for the Vikings. This time, not so fortunate as the Stars recover it. Now they've got 2:54 to work and really maybe have a chance to put the dagger in and twist it a little bit.
Wow. Hayner across the middle. Oh, and that should have been picked off. Goodness, Anthony Neri. It went right through his hands, and you talk about, wow. Oh, man.
And North High takes Hayner out right now, which they've been doing, which means we'll probably see Carson Bennett at the quarterback spot. They've got a package for each of them. Though you think if Bennett's in there, it's more likely to be run. Not 100%, but just definitely more likely.
Second and 10. Kyle battles his way up to about a yard short of the first down marker. We talk about his speed, Coach, and you know it's there, but he can deliver a hit and take a hit.
Yeah, like I said, I was shocked that I asked Coach Bolin, how big is he? And he said he's about 170 pounds. And I was thinking, man, I thought he was 190, 200, as aggressive as he is.
Well, he'll play on Saturday somewhere. Keeper for Bennett. Oh, nice move. And strong first down run, and we've mentioned it a couple times already. West has been in this thing. They scored first. Plodding, methodical, all business-like drive to start off the game. Basically had North High stopped on a 3-and-out, and then a bad punt. They got called for the horse collar, and then out of nowhere, bam, 21-7 North. And now you've got Steven Martinez, so Coach Bolin just starting to lay it on now.
They've got a pretty good set of skill position guys. I mean, they're not just the Dylan Kyle show. Shoot, I did it again, yeah. But they've got enough variety to keep you honest. And Dylan just, man, he's a game breaker. He's got at least, I think, 200 yards already in the first half.
I thought I had heard the public address announcer during one of the timeouts say something around the 150 mark, and that was a few carries ago. So what a luxury Coach Bolin has in Wyatt Hayner as kind of the orthodox quarterback that you have there at your disposal when you've got Carson Bennett and Dylan Kyle to really start playing.
Right, because it becomes a real problem as the defensive coordinator when you're trying to work with both of those guys, against both of them. You got the one, Wyatt Hayner, 4.3 GPA, strong arm. We haven't seen him punt yet, but he's a heck of a punter too. Completed 50% of his passes for 406 yards. And then you got, again, the do everything, Carson Bennett, who comes in there, runs more of the zone read and things like that. And again, that kind of complexity makes it very tough for the defense to practice all of it.
And then after those two, you go, oh, yeah, there's that jersey 1.
Yeah, you better know where he is.
So, another timeout called by Coach Dunham and his Vikings. Now you have in the quarterback slot Carson Bennett. And to his right, Dylan Kyle. He could throw to him. He does throw to him. Big hit. Nice hit out there by Anthony Neri. And he had a beeline on him and was going for him the whole time. Nice hit.
All right, now we're seeing North go with no huddle because there's 40 seconds left in the half.
So Coach Boland took advantage of that timeout called by Dunham. And they're going to go to Kyle. Kyle wrestled down 3 yards shy of the first down. So now it's going to be 4th and 3. Wouldn't be surprised to get a timeout called by Richie Boland.
I believe that's their last timeout. They might have one. It's West High that burned the timeouts.
Right. So
earlier.
You've got 26 seconds left. It's 4th and 3.5, let's say. You've got Coach Dunham and his crew over there saying, do not jump, don't jump, hold your ground. Let's not give them this first down the easy way, the cheap way. Coach Boland, well, they've got options, though. I mean, they've got a few different things that.
So the standard route is you give it to Dylan Kyle because he's averaging about 25 yards a carry, or you come back with that counter play. Off of the fake to him, and
or you toss it. Now Hayner's not in.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw it here. But you got, who they were handing it to on that counter was Carson Bennett. He's at quarterback now, so I don't think they'll run the counter, but maybe a zone read.
And how about this? Of all people that jump, Coach, it's not the Vikings. And that'll change it up quickly to a field goal attempt. So he calls the timeout, gets them all wound up, and they go hard count. And the only ones that jumped were in the red jerseys. And so now you have a 36-yarder. Alexander Nunez. 36-yarder. The snap's good. The hold's good. The kick is up, and it is good!
And the clock just keeps on running. Want to make sure West High doesn't get the ball back again, I guess.
Well, and I was going to say, if it didn't go through, it's, the quintessential moral victory or whatever for West. But it does go through. So 24-7, North High School will go into the locker room with at least a view at the end of the Schneid Tunnel. Whole half of football left, but the optics a lot friendlier going into the halftime speech this week. You mentioned it, Coach, about the players and the coaches doing such a great job of keeping them focused and keeping them dialed in. It's not that easy sometimes. You see it a lot with different sports and different teams and different levels, and they have not checked out. So now, interestingly enough, you have neither number 1 nor number 3 back there. You got Joseph Reed. They're going to go low with it, and it's going to have to get picked up. It's bobbled again. So with 3 seconds, I would imagine, that's my guess, the Vikings may go down on a knee and go talk about it.
The one thing I would look at is if North is not in any kind of a prevent defense, I might take a shot against him here. Because, like we said, you've got a one-on-one matchups. Now, it looks like North's playing very deep at safety, so I would definitely take a knee here.
I don't think it's happening. That's it. 24-7. Nice first half, a lot of action, and we will be back with the third quarter after this break here on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds. and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Plord, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I was shearing my lamb for fair. I have 2 lambs. Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it helped prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus, anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class. They can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, the animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us, is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
We're in manufacturing engineering. We design parts, 3D parts, 2D parts, we create assemblies.
It's helping me get training in all of this stuff, like the computer programs that we have here, the machines that we have here. We learn a lot of math in here, mostly geometry and fractions, because I love math. That's why I'm in this class.
Mr. Lemmy, he's a great instructor.
So the problem is this piece itself.
He really goes hands-on with us. He helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time. They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. You know, end up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
Well, we're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic. You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference. And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end. We're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. And what the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here, and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
lot of more hands-on activity, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and
All right, about to open the second half here. We got the Stars up on the Vikings 24-7 in the Dylan Kyle show. Dylan's run for 3 long touchdowns already tonight. And the North High Stars will start with the ball. That 8-iron again. Good coverage by the Vikings.
Wow.
Initially, but great job breaking the tackle.
Vincione, we've seen it all tonight, Coach, with the kicking. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, the first 8 minutes of the game, you're going to swear that the West High Vikings were going to run away with this thing. Everything was going in their favor. North High got a break with that horse collar tackle and haven't slowed down since. Dylan Kyle has been just steamrolling through here with great blocking up front. I mean, guys like Elijah Valdivinos, Landon Whitby, opening holes. Elijah Stearman at center there. Just consistently knocking West High off the ball.
Coach, if you're, I'm talking with one of the all-time legendary coaches here in Coach Cornford. If you're at halftime and you're Derek Dunham, what are you telling your guys?
Well, I'm telling we got to tackle and we got to hold the line of scrimmage. Because once Dylan Kyle gets past the line of scrimmage, he's gone. So you've got to stop him there. Good job by Dylan there, picking up 6 yards on what looked like nothing. There's that counter play.
Look out. And Carson Bennett, you try to stay away from cliches as much as you can, but I got to throw it out there. All of a sudden now it looks like North High School, the proverbial just running on all cylinders now. Everything's wide open now.
And this is kind of what we expected from North High kind of all season long, knowing that, they had a returning all-area running back. They had Dylan Bennett there, a great 1-2 punch.
Ball's down low. Almost picked off. Almost took a fortuitous bounce right into the hands of Nathan Avila.
We haven't seen much of Gary Oates, the 6'3" tight end for North. He come in as the leading receiver, 187 yards receiving, but they haven't used him in that capacity yet.
Second and 10, Vikings show 5 up front. Bennett looking to get outside on the sweep. He cuts back up and brought down at the 40-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10, North High School.
North High's running game is as good as you're going to find, I think, at least Kern County. Again, they're solid up front. They got a tailback that's phenomenal, and Bennett can be used in so many different ways. Their passing game struggling a little bit tonight.
Hayner throws, caught out there. Goodness, and that was caught out there by Gary Oates.
There we go. We're wondering when we're going to see him. He's, a 6'3" tight end makes it really tough on linebackers. This North High team, I think, they can keep this up. They've got what it takes to make a pretty good run for this league title and then on into the playoffs.
Tehachapi in this league.
Yeah, South High, I know, is going to be another tough one for him too, but I like what I see.
Bennett looking to pound it into the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, North High School. And they started this third quarter like they want to get this thing over quick.
Yeah, they're controlling the line of scrimmage and just doing what they want with the West High Vikings.
So that was quick. 2 minutes and 21 seconds quick.
Yeah, and just watching again Elijah Stearman, the center, getting after it. He's not the tallest guy out there, but he works. got good pad level.
Perfect night tonight for Alexander Nunez as well. Nunez splitting the uprights, and all of a sudden it's 31-7. Vikings are going to have to really muster up something special here at the beginning of this third quarter.
Yeah, and we've seen the Vikings get pretty well banged up in that first half with quarterback Garola hobbling around a little bit, and then Javier Castro, they're probably the most explosive player, having to be helped off the field with what looked like a knee injury.
Yeah, we look back at our return guys here now for West High School. It's going to be Jaden Carter, the sophomore. And he's back there with Joseph Reed, the senior. Reed's a little bit more stocky and stout, where you've got Carter a little more thin and narrow, so we'll see.
Still think North High will continue to keep the ball on the ground, try to throw the timing off those West Side returns.
For Coach Dunham, we've been talking to these guys about cover this thing up. Another fumble, balls on the ground!
West High very fortunate to get that ball back. Good field position at the 38.
I like what I saw of young Camden Dockery, jersey 55. He was on the kicking team there. And that's a young man that did not stop until the whistle blew. You get an opportunity to play, you're on special teams, why not? Go till the end. Okay, the good news for the Vikings is that young man is still in the game, and a nice downfield block. Great block by his teammate out there. Gives him the first down. I think that was Edwin Gonzalez, number 4 out there, way outside on the left side, that put one more block and allowed Garola to get the first down.
Yeah, and you see that North High has been selling out to that dive, believing that Garola is not much of a threat. And I don't know how many times you can run Garola tonight, but the kid is all heart. Just a sophomore. Had a heck of a night throwing the ball so far.
Whistles blow, and they just didn't get the playoff in time.
Huh.
Maybe we just weren't feeling it because we've been calling this game, but a little slow. We've talked about how methodical they are. That may be just a bit too much.
Yeah, it didn't seem real different from a lot of the other ones. At least my mental clock didn't go off. But
right. As a coach, you know you have it. You feel it, right?
Yeah.
I'll be in the car with my kids, and I'll be listening to Jim Rome, and I'll know exactly when he's going to come back from break. I'll be bouncing around. He goes, Dad. I said, trust me. I know what 3 minutes is. Here we go. They try to just jam one up the middle there.
Yeah, and right now I would say that North High is winning the battle of the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Their defense has been stellar all night. You know, other than that last run by Garola, which was an outside run, anything in between the tackles has produced virtually nothing. So now Vikings are looking at a 2nd and long. We've seen them throw the ball pretty well to the outside with quick hitches. Seen them do some play action. I would expect one of those things here because, again, the inside run game is going nowhere. We've seen this formation by West quite a bit. They got 4 linemen to the right, or 3 linemen and tight end, an unbalanced set. They've done their misdirection bootleg off of this. Straight drop back. Wow, nice wheel route. Really good hit out there. I think that was Steven Martinez, who we've seen make quite a few plays for the Stars. It's a good play call by the Vikings there to pick up about 10. Looking at 3rd and about 3 here.
Thanks for covering. I'm trying to find out who number 73 is. The big fellow from North High School. He's not on our roster, but he's made some huge hits and some big tackles. And so I'm talking to the assistant coaches over here, the play callers. They're like, hey, Vance, get out of here. But I'm trying to help this family out because this young man's played an important role. Thanks for covering, big fella. 3rd and 3. Garola behind center. Don't think they'll do a shove here. Trouble. And North High School handles it perfectly. He goes nowhere. Looked like almost like a broken play for a second.
Well, it was that option, the true triple, and the quarterback really rode that fullback for a while, decided to keep it, but North High had that covered as well.
Got it. Thank you, Coach. So number 73, Coach, is actually, it's jersey 60 any other day, and it's Isaac Tirado Albara. But here's a big 4th down, 4th and 4. They try to get 5 yards the easy way. Didn't happen.
They're going to take the timeout here. Good effort by the Vikings to try to get him to jump. Good discipline by the North Stars not to jump. It's amazing how much you see even college and NFL guys jump in those situations.
I think if you jump in the league, it's a very expensive tab at dinner.
I would think so, because that's just foolish.
So, Isaac Albara Tirado, or Isaac Tirado, tonight is jersey number 73, and he's going in now as we speak. And he normally wears jersey 60, but he's been involved in some big stops, some big hits. So I kept looking for that on my roster, and I couldn't find it. So thank goodness the assistant coaches up here took time out real quick to come over and say, VP, that's Tirado.
Well, I can't read any jersey numbers that are on the far hash.
Way to go, Coach. And I've got you covering for me?
Yeah, I know. That's brutal.
Okay. They went for the hard count. Nobody jumped. Now it's right back to the same thing. 4th and 4. Garola.
Reverse.
Little trickeration. Look out. It doesn't work. The North High coaching staff made sure everybody stayed home. And Khalil Vaughn gets stuck way back there. But a flag on the play. A flag on the play. And it doesn't look like the North High defense is running off. I think it might have been a face mask, Coach.
Oh, boy. Well, we saw this game flip on a similar situation on a 4th down when West High got flagged.
Personal foul. It's what it was.
Wow.
So on the tackle, and they didn't need to. That's what will be the most frustrating thing when they go walk and watch the tape. Say, we had this guy. He was done. And new life for the Vikings. They called a timeout after no one jumped on the hard count. And then they tried a little trickeration, and it backfired. But the face mask call against the Vikings now.
Yeah, that reverse was a little slow in developing. Shotgun formation for the Vikings.
Garola throws one down the far side, lobs it up there, and it is going to be a double flag. Seen it already tonight on the right side over here by us in the first half.
Yeah, when West High has been getting in that shotgun, it's pretty much been catch and release. Quarterback catches the ball, throws it up. Haven't seen them much running from them from that set. And this might, again, if the Vikings continue to get one-on-one coverage out there, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't continue to do that. That's 2 flags they've got. So far, Garola has completed, 75-80% of his throws, plus 2 15-yard flags for pass interference.
So Vaughn goes back out to the left side. The ball's on the far hash. Jacob Miller, the touchdown grabber from the first quarter, is on the far side over here. And a false start on the Vikings. False start on the Vikings.
Boy, it's tough to get any offensive consistency when you're getting some kind of penalty against you every fourth or fifth play, it seems. North High crowd getting up for things here.
Those kids loving it. They're having a great time. Fun night. The theme tonight was Hawaiian night, so. Oh, big hit. But it's a great fake and got me.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of reading that option. And again, the kid's got guts because.
Boy, what a great fake. An absolute doozy. And North High bought it hard, and so did I. Next thing you know, it's a nice 8-yard gain because it was 1st and 15. Great one, guys.
Yeah, on that option, that quarterback sticks the ball in that fullback's belly and reads that defender for the pull or keep.
Special.
Tries it again, not going to work this time, and a flag.
Flag right in the middle of the scrum. You see Valdivinas come popping out of there? Clock is rolling.
Clock, guy controlling the clock's got to get home for Matlock.
Wants to get in front of the TV because in
boy, again, West and these penalties.
Okay. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 31-7. North High commanding lead over the Vikings. Rolla, look out, and he gets his face mask grabbed. Gets hit hard, and his helmet comes off, and that's because it was grabbed. We saw it happen, and it was Dylan Epps that got him, but he also got called for the penalty.
Yeah, the way the Vikings are blocking that ball's got to be thrown on time because they're sliding everybody to the right the way he's rolling, leaving that backside end untouched.
And it's going to be a timeout taken by North High. We'll take one as well. 31-7. You're watching Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school football tonight at North High, and it's the Stars up 31-7 here in the third quarter.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Timeout taken by North. They could sense the discombobulation that Coach and I could. We took a timeout so we could get our wits about us. Second and short from behind. He tosses one up. It's another one, and that's going to be caught. Wow. What a catch by Khalil Vaughn. So Khalil gets a great catch floated it up there again, being guarded closely, being covered like a glove, but he went up there and won it.
Yeah, good route concept there by the Vikings. I believe that was the wheel. Had the wide receiver run a post and the number 2 guy go fade out there, and he caught that 50-50 ball. This is where we've seen in these 1-yard situations, quarterback sneaks by Garola.
Did they get it in?
Got some unpiling to do.
PA announcers got it right. No sign of TD.
North High consistently rotating defensive linemen in and out of the game, trying to keep guys fresh. Few of them play on the offensive line.
Well, Coach, here's one of these where I think they're taking a long time to get the play in.
Yeah, and again, I wouldn't be too surprised if they didn't go right back to the quarterback sneak.
And the hand goes up, and they better do it quick.
Oh, you don't want to take a 5-yarder here.
They just get it snapped, but I don't know. Can they get him in? And he tries to push it over. Touchdown, West. He did. Elias Garola. And he's sure impressive with his toughness. Even that, you can just tell. Look, he's just not running full throttle, man. He's barely getting off the sidelines. He's beat up.
Yeah, giving his team everything he's got.
When you have that in a sophomore, got some exciting things ahead.
Yeah, you can build off of that, that's for sure. And again, a kid that's getting it done in the classroom as well.
Okay, it's important. You want to keep things. Oh, and it's blocked. How about that effort right there?
You know, Jack Parks is the normal deep snapper for the Vikings, and you could see there that ball was just kind of lollipopped back there, and you want to get that ball up in 1.2 seconds on a field goal, and that was about 1.5, which means blockable.
What a great job by the apropos first name Jet Skiles. So Jet Skiles, jersey number 4, he shot in there like a jet and got it.
Yeah, Jet's a defensive back for the North Stars. Probably the best tackling guy they've got in that defensive backfield. Okay, that was a big drive by the Vikings. They would have liked to get that extra point, down 18 right now. 2:19 to go in the third quarter. See the Stars looking to put this thing in the bag with probably one more good drive.
They've got Steven Martinez and Michael Inchoni back there.
6 guys on the front row.
And some dangerous cats standing at the 30. And can you imagine? It goes in that guy's hands. He tried to get it too. Dylan Kyle was trying to get over there and grab that.
That didn't hit a North Star, did it?
No.
Okay.
He was just running that fast because he wanted to grab it and go.
Thought it might have hit one of the guys on the front row, but.
Tomorrow night, don't miss it. Stockdale Mustangs and their quarterback Colton Kaiser and their head coach Drawn Mackey are going to head over and take on Coach Starrett and the Golden Hawks, and they've got a nice football team over at Centennial as league play starts tomorrow night.
Let's see, that is the South Yosemite River League, I believe. Still trying to figure out these names, and they've been around for a couple years now.
Painter goes back the other way, has some room now, probably just going to run with it, and he will run out of bounds without getting hit and picked up a first down. So the left side was completely shut down. He pulled the Marcus Allen and turned around and hit the road.
Pretty good wheels by Hayner there, showing some diversity of his own. Normally the throwing quarterback.
Well, and also, Coach, he just turned around and just kind of jogged. Got himself a first down. Nothing crazy. Nothing frenetic. Now they're on the far hash. 1st and 10. The ball is at their 46-yard line. They're trying to get to midfield. But now here comes Carson Bennett to stand back there. And they'll hand it to Bennett. Bennett gets about 7 yards.
Landon Whitby finishing his block there. Another one of their guards here, really athletic, pulls well.
Second and 5. Linchoni down here, right below us on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Vikings force Hainer out of the pocket. Has a man open, and it's the guy, but it's broken up out there. Should have been picked off. Miller was back there on Dylan Kyle, and Kyle had beaten Miller, gotten behind him, but Hainer just couldn't get it there. Throwing across his body for a second, had to stop and pivot and get set up, and held up there too long. Boy, but Dylan was wide open.
Yeah, one of those things, the quarterbacking is so much about your footwork and getting those feet set so that you can throw the ball with enough strength, and he wasn't able to do that on that play.
They penalty called against North High School, by the way, so the ball was going to come back anyway. As Hainer had crossed the line of scrimmage. Is that what they had said? I don't believe so.
Huh.
They go back to their main dude. What a strong, strong run. The Vikings finally get him down. They finally stop him. Tackle made out there by Guy Vasquez, but Dylan Kyle just blasts through that line of scrimmage. Hits it hard.
You know what North High is doing? It's the old Green Bay Packer sweep, where they're pulling the guards. You see both guards pulling like Fuzzy Thurston back in the day, and one kicks out, the other goes through, and Dylan Kyle runs behind him.
Coach Silver, Coach Sasso, some of those formidable North High names. 1st and 10. Ball is now at the West High 41. And again, another strong, strong run. Wow. Brought down out there by Anthony Neri, but not until Kyle picks up another, 18 yards? Oh, man.
Yeah, just chewing them up, spitting them out there. Again, can't give enough credit to that offensive line. Elijah Valdivinos, Landon Whitby, Elijah Stearman, Dylan Epps, and Braden Shafletskowski. Sorry about that. I should have never tried that last name.
Shafletowski.
Thank you.
I got it right one time last week, so I know what you're talking about. Hey, we're at the end of the third quarter. 31-13. We'll be back with the fourth right after this on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
All right, fourth quarter.
Trying to figure out here how many yards Dylan has tonight. We're guessing in the mid 200s, maybe. That'd be my guess, anyway.
I'm efforting.
I appreciate the effort.
Okay. 1st and 10. Dylan Kyle gets to right between the hash marks at about the 23-yard line.
That was a good job by the Vikings defensive front. That's probably the first time he's run it and not picked up at least 3 or 4 yards. So 2nd and 11 for the North High Stars. Here comes the counter.
You saw it. It got called. And the great finish and the great running is Carson Bennett.
Yeah, you just had a feeling there. They finally stopped Dylan, so let's get it to Bennett, on the backside and pick up yards. And what are they averaging on that? 15 yards a carry probably. Great little complimentary play to what they do with Dylan Kyle.
So Westside's got to dig in deep here. They're down 18 with a quarter of football left, but if North gets in here, and now they've brought in Mitchell Stillion, one of their tough guy linebackers, and he's probably going to go lay a block, and it's exactly what he does. And, man, Stillion went in there hard and laid the wood down and gave Kyle even more room to get down to the 2-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 1, and then they'll have 1st and goal from the 1.
Look for him to run behind Dylan Epps out there if they get a chance. I know he's got a 400-pound squat, number 70.
Well, and then again, they've got Stillion on the right side. Any 3 of those could take it in. A couple of big hits, but he gets in. Touchdown, Dylan Kyle. And a couple of big pops. And one of those was Jesse Benitez. He threw a big hit down, but didn't stop Dylan Kyle. What an epic night for the young man.
Yeah, and he's had a few of those in his pretty illustrious career here at North High. Again, he came in 540 yards. I've got a feeling he's going to exit this game with nearly 800.
The PAT is
Doink.
no good. Oh, wow. So it'll remain a 24-point lead. And we're hearing right now from Stephen Lynch below. I've got it in front of me. You guess what you think so far.
I'm going to guess
Dylan Kyle has
245.
You saw it.
I didn't. 243. Wow. Guess I'm better at math than Miss Hattrip thought back in the day.
243 yards in 3 quarters. Those 2 yards there for the touchdown. Let's say 241 for the 3 quarters.
Not a bad night's work.
So, thank you, Steve Lynch. 243.
So that gives him 783 for the season so far.
And this one bounces kindly up into the hands of Edwin Gonzalez, and he saw a wall of North Star's coming at him, says, I'm down. Let's see what we can do from the line of scrimmage. And Elias Gurola on the sidelines with his head coach, Derek Dunham. Coach Dunham and his staff, Nathan Clouch, Pete Bustamante, Brandon Parks, athletic director at West is Scott Davison, their equipment manager, Luis Cantu, principal Megan Greger, assistant principals Janelle Burton and Leandra Slayton. Thank you, West High.
Some good folks over there at West High.
Sure is. 1st and 10. Quick pitch out to the right side. Fumble! Ball's on the ground! Oh, and it bounces out.
Boy, for whatever reason, anytime West High tries to go wide with the ball, it ends up on the ground. That was a good shot there by North, putting a hat on the ball, forcing it out there. .9:37 to go, fourth quarter. Vikings down 24 points.
Everybody packed in tight except for Gonzalez, right down here below us. Wants to throw.
Oh,
gosh,
boy.
he had him too. Vaughn. Lil Vaughn just went off his fingertips. Boy, that was a nice looking play, good looking pass.
Yeah, North High selling out to the man coverage, zero safety support on any of that, and great fake there by the Vikings and had a couple people open, but one of the rare times we've seen them misfire on a pass play.
Hello to the aforementioned brother-in-law Paul Dameron watching tonight. Lefty, nice to have you watching.
Again, you see North High, everybody near the line of scrimmage.
Quickly, but can he get past the first down marker? It's going to be close, and he does. Oh, the second effort by Jaden Carter. Wow, what a nice job after the catch.
Boy, and hustling down the field. It ended up not mattering, but Zaire Young, number 70 for the Vikings, was looking to, if that had sprung, he was going to throw a block because he's 15 yards downfield there. He's a 3-year varsity starter, getting after things here.
And he was talking to a couple of North High stars right now on the way back to the huddle saying, yeah, y'all look at it and lay one of you guys out. So they did not get the first down. I thought all that effort by Jaden Carter, but he must have stepped on the sideline. So here it is. Big play for the Vikings. 4th and 1 with 8:48 counting here in regulation.
This will be about the 5th quarterback sneak we've seen in these situations. Oh, and they go off tackle. Nice call.
And then they end up optioning for the pitch, and that got it. So a lot of work for those 3 yards, but they got it.
And here I go, assuming they're just going to quarterback sneak it again. Nice call by Coach Dunham there.
Great play.
Picking up a crucial first down.
Quarterback kept it, then at the last second got rid of it, and the ball is dab smack in the middle of the football field on the far hash. We're going to dip below the 8-minute mark here very quickly.
North is still, again, playing. You got one-on-one out here. I think I'd be taking a shot here and there.
And it's a new ball carrier, Isaac Ramirez. He gets nothing. And we're seeing a few North High School stars getting a little love here. Bradley Dockery, sophomore, going in.
Love to see this, too. I mean, you got a team that's 0-5. A lot of these kids have been out there since, July 24th this year. Probably haven't seen a lot of playing time. Coach Bolin getting them in. Well, the game is still a competitive game, though it does look like North is in control.
Justin Lewis, Elias Torres, Jimmy Amador. Jimmy's had some time already.
Shotgun formation by West.
1st and 20 after the penalty. Garola, screenplay. And
oh, boy.
Oh, wow. Jacob Sanders just had a pick six drop out of his hands.
Yeah, and really the key for the Vikings, when they're going to do that, you've got the man coverage. You got to catch it and release the ball. Get the ball out. You don't have to read a whole lot. Go to your best guy. Get that ball out of your hands, because the Vikings, again, struggle with regular drop back pass protection.
2nd and 20, and the 243 yards that Dylan Kyle has racked up is probably going to be it for the night. Never know, but he's relaxing over here, watching his teammates play. Garola, high snap, draw play, ball fumbled for just a second. And how about this? Wow, what a gain. 2nd and 20, and it was a 22-yard gain. So a big hit laid on at the end by Virgilio Yepes Razo. That was a big hit by jersey number 21.
Yeah, excellent job of accelerating through the contact there by Razo.
However, that's a big, big first down right there. That was beautiful. So the draw play, they hand it off, and 22 yards later, 1st and 10.
By far, West High's best run play of the night.
So now you have Ramirez and Vasquez in the background behind Garola, and it's another strong run play. This time it's Vasquez.
And the West High O-line is getting after it pretty good right now. Jesse Bejarano, he's a great defender for him. He's their sack leader. Hadn't got any of those tonight, but he did a great job blocking on that play. Terrence Reese in there as well, 5'10", 225, getting after some folks up front. And that's one thing Dunham said. You know, they haven't been real successful, but the kids play hard.
So he said he loves them. They're great. Gonzalez way out here in the bottom of your screen on the left side. They stay on the ground, and how about this? The Vikings starting to chew up some yards. That's Ramirez again. So Isaac Ramirez getting more yards in this drive right now than I think the Vikings had all night.
Yeah, finding some success here. Something to build on. Run the ball well. That'll set up that play action pass game that West High has done a really good job with so far tonight.
1st and 10. They stay on the ground with it. Another strong run. This one's by Guy Vasquez.
Nine-yard gain there. Sean Sumlin again getting after people. It's 6 foot, 260-pound freshman. Mentioned his name earlier on a fumble recovery.
Out of the huddle, Gonzalez goes way up to the top, far right of your screen. Garola behind center. And it's nearly picked off. It was knocked down out there by Elias Torres, so they did kind of hold the ball, hide it, and let guys run by. And then he turned around and thought he had a man wide open, but that was another one that should have been picked and taken to the house. Torres had 85 yards of grass in front of him.
Yeah, and Garola had a man defender that didn't bite the fake this time, was right in his face as he delivered that ball. .352 left in this game.
.24 lead for North. Vikings still working on their game. Nice job there by North High School. Maybe a yard by Ramirez.
All right, certainly 4-down territory. There are 3 scores with, if you can make all the 2-point conversions away from tying this thing. Probably out of reach for the Vikings, but they would like to get at least another score on the board.
They're taking their time coming in. Garola been banged up since early in this contest.
Good surge by that Viking line.
Sure was. Really nice job there by Ramirez. He went in motion and opened up a pocket for Vasquez to follow in. And
4th and a yard.
you got William Hickson in there on defense. Dylan Ivey in there. These guys are getting their moment.
You know, one thing I had failed to mention earlier is this is the first time that Dylan Kyle hasn't gone both ways all season. He just specifically stayed at running back, which I think probably left him a bit fresher to have some of those long gains.
I would think so. How about this? 4th and 1. They need to pick up the first down, and they're at the 3-yard line, so they need to pick up a first. And they do, and they score. Touchdown, West High. Guy Vasquez jams his way into the end zone. So the Vikings score again, 37-19.
They'll be kicking the extra point here.
Fabian Apodaca. Snap is good. The hold is good.
Wow.
Big leg, and it's no good. It's wide left. I took some video of him pregame when I was sitting down right there and just hammering the football. That one's a little wide.
Yeah, but you could see the power that he has in that leg of his.
So they don't get to 20. 37-19.
Couple good drives here put together by the Vikings here in the last couple opportunities.
Coach, your time at West High, very, very special. You've coached a lot of great, great programs, but I know that school, that campus, all the friends and colleagues you worked with, was a special time over there.
Yeah, it really was special, and a lot of them are still over there. I still work a couple nights a week there for some workforce classes, so I get to be on that campus and see my old buddies and love it over there. Special place. I was there for full-time for 10 good years. 3 as an assistant to Dennis Manning. Taught me a lot of the ropes there, and then 7 as the head coach. And really fun when that program turned around and we got it rolling.
They go low, and it's gobbled up. Nice job by Gary Oates, the sophomore. The right guy at the right place, that's for sure. So with 1:34 left in this thing, it's all but over. And it looks as though Coach Richie Boland's going to get their first win. And it's an important win, that's for sure. Start off South Yosemite Mountain League. Kind of get them propelled and get them going into next week. And they're going to just say this is it right here.
Now, they haven't worked on their victory formation a whole lot yet, but I think it's something that they'll be doing more and more of these next few weeks.
That's a great point, Coach. Well, we've got a few seconds here. Let me get your overall thoughts on the game tonight. First, let's start with the Vikings.
Well, you know, the Vikings, boy, you talk about some rough luck. You know, your quarterback plays a heck of a game, but dinged up the whole time. You're probably your top athlete, Castro, there, went out in the second quarter, kind of handcuffed him a little bit. But overall, I got to hang my hat to the North High Stars for really imposing their will on both lines of scrimmage up front there and letting the very special back, Dylan Kyle, run like he did.
We'll dip below the minute mark on this play, and that'll do it there. Tomorrow night, Kernheim Network will be covering a big one. Robert Chavez will be play-by-play. Kenny Calvin, color analyst. Kevin Willie will run the thing. The Mustangs at Centennial. You talk about a real and vital game for both teams. Stockdale really looking to say to everybody around, hey, we're for real, we're here. And Centennial, kind of the recurring theme has been just how good are they?
Right. This needs to be Centennial's year. Jackson Santiago is a senior. He's one of the best athletes this town has seen in the last few years. They got to make some of that, but Stockdale is a much improved football team playing with some confidence. So that's going to be a heck of a ball game.
This one's over, 37-19. North High School will move to 1-5, but 1-0 in league. The Vikings will move to 1-5, 0-1 in league. Thank you to both schools, especially North High School. We appreciate everything that you did for us. On behalf of Rich Cornford and Julian Wilson, I am Vance Palm. It's been a fun September. Into October we go next week. Good night and God bless from the Kernheim Network.